of frequency. So I am going to take you to my presentation so we can begin. Okay, adverbs of frequency. An adverb of frequency describes how often an action happens. Okay, there are six main or six important adverbs of frequency that we use in English. These adverbs are always, usually or normally, often, sometimes, rarely. We also have the synonym hardly ever and never, okay? We use them in two important ways. So before we start checking the two uses or how do we use them, remember that an adverb of frequency describes how often an action happens. And remember that in English, we have six important or principal adverbs of frequency. Remember that they are always, usually or normally, often, sometimes, rarely, or hardly ever, and at the end, never. Now, we can use them in two important ways. Right now, the teacher is going to give you one important use, okay? Number one, we use it, okay, after the verb to be, okay? So let's remember, what is the verb to be? The verb to be is I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, and they are. That is the verb to be. So after the verb to be, we use the adverb of frequency. Look at my example. The verb to be is in green. The adverb of frequency is in red. And the rest of the sentence. She is always very happy at school. So in this case, I am using the adverb of frequency after the verb to be. Do not confuse the verb to be with the subject. Verb to be, I am. Subject, I. Verb to be, you are. Subject, you. The second rule, it's this one. If you don't have the verb to be, you need to use it before the principal verb, okay? So if in the sentence that you're writing or in the sentence that you're working with, this sentence doesn't have the verb to be, okay? That means that you need to use the adverb of frequency before the principal verb. Look at my example. Robert sometimes eats fritada at school. As you can see, I don't have the verb to be. So I use it before the principal verb. Okay? Robert sometimes eats fritada at school. Isabela Checa, can you tell me your example again?
I never go to sleep early.
You see, I never go to sleep early. This example is in this rule because Isabella is using it before the principal verb because we don't have the verb to be. Isabella Lara, help me with your example. Isabella Lara, can you help me with your example? The one that you did before?
Yes, teacher, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, tell me.
I always help to my mother.
Okay, I always help my mother. Very good. So as you can listen, she is using I always help, okay? She's using the adverb of frequency, before the principal verb. Okay, so remember, when we talk about adverbs of frequency, we need to be very careful where to put them. Option one, you put them after the verb to be. Or option two, you are going to put them before the principal verb. Now, so you can have a better idea of the adverbs of frequency and their percent, I am going to show you a chart. My recommendation, if you can, write the examples that I am going to show you now. Okay, so let's take a look to the chart. Here you have a complete chart of the adverbs of frequency. As you can see, you have the percent, the adverb of frequency, and you have one example. Okay, so I recommend that you copy this chart because it's going to help you a lot for the control that we are going to have next week. And this is going to help you a lot. So remember, you use the adverbs of frequency after the verb to be or before the principal verb.
Hasta la vista, baby.